Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to use the touches tag on your timeline here. So this is a tag that we added in to make it really easy for you to get started doing your player touches right there on your timeline. It's not something we do for you, but you can easily do it. Spread that workload out amongst your coaching staff. You can have different coaches be doing it at different times, same time, and all contributing to the same games for those touches. Now, it's really simple and easy to use. I can click right into tag mode here, and it pops up my editor buttons, and I can adjust my windows here to make these a little bit better depending upon what I need to see here. I can move this window over. I actually don't even need that much timeline here. I can move that over, and I want a bigger window here for my player tags, my roster buttons, than anything else. And so really it's as simple as this. You've got your touch tag, which is your T. That's your T shortcut. Okay. So you'll use your left hand to key in the touch, and then use your right hand to quickly tag the player who had the touch. So as I'm watching the play here, I can press T for the touch. Okay. Now, if you're doing this for the first time and you press T and you don't see your roster, you can click on this little triangle here to show your roster, and that will show all your players here. If you do that and you don't see your players, that means you haven't entered your roster in, because this tag is directly related to your roster that you've got entered in. So make sure you've got all your players in, and then make sure you've got them visible here. Because what will happen now is every time you tag this and you go back into it, it's going to save the last state. So it's going to always show you with it open. So if you decide to close it now, it's going to always show up being closed. So we can open that up now. Every time I tag it, it'll be open. And now it's as simple as just, as I'm watching this here, I can click the player as I'm watching this. Then when I see another touch, I can press T again for a touch, and then click that player. And then as I see another touch, I can press T again, and then continue to click the players here as they're happening. Now when it's all said and done, the way this currently works is when you tag a player here, these metadata buttons don't go away. So in the meantime, what you can do is, as you're going through and you're tagging them, you'll have a list of these windows here that will show. You'll have a trail of these of all the players you did. So every 5 or 10 minutes or so, just be sure to click Save All. Okay? And that's very important that you do that. If you don't click Save All, then it won't save any of the work that you're doing. So really important that as you're tagging touches, you press T, you touch your players. I can press T again, another player, press T again, another player. Now if I close out of this, it's not going to save any of the data. Okay, if I press cancel, it's not going to save any of the data that I just did. Have to click Save All, and that's just something you can periodically do every 5-10 minutes or so after a period of time of doing a handful of player touches there. What we will be doing shortly is updating that. So shortly, when we do update it, you'll actually be able to press T and then just click the player, and then it'll go away and disappear automatically and save. But in the meantime, you can continually press T and click the player, press T, click the player, and then when you're all done, periodically just remember to click Save All, and it saves all that information that you tagged there. And now you'll see that you've got here on your timeline, you've got a bunch of nice touch tags here with players that you can now use in your filter. You can go into your filter and use and pull up all your touches for particular players, and then use those for your evaluations.